Alright, let's keep it real for a sec, ladies. Ever caught your reflection after a haircut and thought, oh no, I actually look older now? It's a bitter pill to swallow, but the truth is, the wrong haircut can inadvertently add years to your appearance, while the right one can magically whisk them away. And believe me, after celebrating the big 6-0, that difference can be absolutely life-changing. Hair is so much more than just strands. It's deeply intertwined with our confidence, our sense of self, and how we present ourselves to the world. As we journey through life, our hair undergoes its own evolution. The texture shifts, the thickness might diminish, and even the way it frames our face subtly alters. What looked stunning on you at 40 might not be doing you any favors now. But here's the amazing part. You don't need to go under the knife, splurge on pricey salon treatments, or amass an arsenal of hair products. Often, the key to unlocking a more youthful you lies in simply selecting the right haircut. Today, I'm going to reveal the top 3 haircuts that have this uncanny ability to instantly make women over 60 appear refreshed, radiant, and full of life. Plus, I'll also shed light on the 3 styles you might want to avoid, as they can unintentionally contribute to an older or more tired look. This isn't about chasing some impossible dream of being 25 again. It's about celebrating your age with grace, elegance, and embracing haircuts that work with you, enhancing your natural beauty, rather than fighting against it. If you've ever felt stuck in a hairstyle rut, or found yourself wondering which haircut would truly complement you now, then you're in the right place. Stick around until the end because I'm not just going to unveil the cuts themselves, but also delve into the psychology behind why certain styles project an aura of youthfulness and vitality. Let's start by unpacking why haircuts hold such significance after 60. Before we dive into the specifics, let's pause to consider this. Why do haircuts matter so much as we move beyond 60? The truth is, our hair goes through a myriad of changes, mirroring the transformations our bodies experience. Around this time, you might notice your hair feeling less dense, drier to the touch, or more prone to breakage. This is largely due to the fact that our body's natural production of keratin and collagen slows down, and our scalp produces less of those vital, moisturizing oils. Even if you were blessed with a thick, glossy mane in your younger days, its texture and density will inevitably evolve as you mature. But it's not solely about biological factors. Perception plays a huge role too. Research in psychology reveals that the way our hair frames our face can profoundly impact how others perceive our age, our level of vitality, and even our overall energy. For instance, a haircut that adds lift around the cheekbones does more than just flatter your facial structure. On a subconscious level, it communicates vibrancy, positivity, and a youthful spirit. On the flip side, a heavy, outdated style can unintentionally pull the face downward, giving the impression of fatigue. However, here's the most crucial takeaway. A fantastic haircut isn't about masking your age, it's about amplifying your confidence. When your hair harmonizes with your features, highlighting their best aspects rather than working against them, it enhances your natural elegance and confidently tells the world that you're still brimming with life and style. Think of it this way. Clothing, makeup, even jewelry, all play their part. But your haircut? It's the frame surrounding your portrait. Simply changing the frame can completely transform the feel of the entire picture. Choosing the right haircut after 60 isn't a matter of vanity, but one of self-care and self-expression. It's about showing up in the world as the most authentic, radiant version of yourself. And that's precisely why we're diving deep into the 3 haircuts that can instantly shave up to 10 years off your look. Let's kick things off with one of the most timeless and universally flattering options, the soft, layered bob. Or, to put it another way, let's begin with one of the most eternally stylish, incredibly versatile, and universally flattering hairstyles for women over 60, the soft, layered bob. Now envision this, a haircut that instantly brightens your face, infuses your hair with movement, and eliminates that heavy, weighed-down sensation. That's precisely what a well-executed layered bob achieves. It's fresh, it's current, and best of all, it complements virtually every face shape. So what makes this particular haircut such a game-changer? First and foremost, layers. They create natural movement and softness around your face. Rather than your hair sitting stiffly in place, the layers introduce flow and dimension. This dynamic movement subtly draws the eye upward, softening features like a gently sagging jawline or delicate lines around the mouth. In essence, it creates lift, and that's something every woman over 60 can truly appreciate. Secondly, let's consider the length. The most flattering layered bobs for mature women typically fall somewhere between chin length and just grazing the shoulders. Why this specific range? Because this length beautifully frames the face without dragging it down. A bob that hits just below the chin can exquisitely highlight your cheekbones, while one that gently brushes the collarbone adds an element of elegance without overwhelming your overall appearance. And then there are the bangs. Soft, side-swept bangs paired with a layered bob can instantly take years off your look. They delicately conceal any forehead lines, but more importantly, they bring balance to your face. A fringe that's too heavy can appear dated, but a soft, wispy bang opens up the eyes, creating a youthful and approachable vibe. Another major advantage of the layered bob is its adaptability to various hair textures. If your hair is on the finer side, layers add body and volume, creating the illusion of thickness. Conversely, if your hair is naturally thick, strategic layers remove excess weight, making it much easier to manage. And if you have wavy or curly hair, the layered bob beautifully enhances those natural textures, allowing them to shine. From a psychological standpoint, this cut also conveys an impression of freshness and modernity. When people see hair with movement and shape, it subconsciously communicates vitality, energy, and a sense of being up to date. Compare that to stiff, one-length cuts, which often signal formality or an outdated aesthetic. One style subtly says, "I'm still vibrant and engaged," while the other can unintentionally convey, "I've given up." Now, let's delve into styling, because the cut itself is only half the story. A layered bob is incredibly low maintenance, yet it consistently looks polished. You can blow dry it for a smooth, voluminous finish, add a few soft curls for extra dimension, or even let it air dry for a natural, tousled look. And here's a clever little trick. A touch of highlights or lowlights strategically placed within those layers creates dimension, making thinning hair appear thicker and fuller. Ultimately, the true beauty of this haircut lies in the confidence it inspires. When you look in the mirror and see a style that frames your face beautifully, highlights your best features, and moves with you, rather than sitting flat and lifeless, you don't just look younger, you genuinely feel younger. And that confidence shines through in every aspect of your life. So, if you're ready for a change, but you're hesitant to do anything too drastic, the soft layered bob is a safe yet undeniably stunning choice. It's youthful without trying too hard, modern without being overly trendy, and classic enough to remain flattering year after year. Without a doubt, it's one of the best haircuts for women over 60 who want to look and feel their absolute best. Now let's move on to another powerhouse haircut for instantly reversing the years. The pixie with volume. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. A pixie? Isn't that too short for me? The answer is a resounding no, not when it's executed correctly. A pixie cut with soft layers and strategically placed volume can be one of the most youthful and flattering choices a woman over 60 can make. Here's precisely why. As we mature, our hair naturally tends to thin. A skillfully cut pixie adds structure and lift precisely where you need it most. By incorporating layers on top, your stylist can create the illusion of greater thickness and fullness, even if your natural hair has lost some of its density. Rather than your hair lying flat against your scalp, that added volume gives your entire face a lifted appearance, almost like a non-surgical mini facelift. Another reason why this haircut is so effective is that it beautifully highlights your best features. A pixie cut draws attention to your eyes, your cheekbones, and even your smile. It's a frame that confidently says, "Look at me. I'm confident, I'm radiant, and I'm not hiding anything." For many women, that subtle shift in perspective alone feels incredibly liberating. But let's be clear, not all pixie cuts are created equal. A super short, severe crop can appear harsh and accentuate lines in the face. The key is to prioritize softness and texture. Ask your stylist to keep the edges feathered rather than blunt and to incorporate layers on top so you can style it with volume. A side-swept fringe can soften your forehead, while tapered sides elongate your neck, giving you that graceful, elegant silhouette. Now, let's talk about styling. Here's where the beauty of the pixie with volume truly shines. It's low maintenance, yet it never looks lazy or unkempt. With just a small amount of mousse or texturizing cream, you can create lift at the crown that lasts all day long. On days when you want something a bit more playful, you can tousle it with your fingers for a chic, effortless look. And for special evenings out, smoothing it back with a touch of shine serum instantly transforms it into a sophisticated, glamorous style. Color also plays a vital role here. Adding highlights or lowlights throughout a pixie cut enhances the layers and gives the illusion of even thicker hair. Even embracing your natural silver tones can look incredibly chic when paired with a modern pixie. Think of iconic women like Judi Dench or Jamie Lee Curtis. Their pixie cuts don't age them, they make them unforgettable. From a psychological perspective, the pixie with volume sends a powerful message. It subtly communicates, I'm not afraid of change. I'm stylish, I'm confident, and I fully own who I am. And studies have actually shown that people tend to perceive shorter, well-kept hairstyles as energetic and approachable, two qualities that are often strongly associated with youthfulness. So, if you've been wearing your hair long for years and you're ready to reinvent yourself, the pixie with volume can be that dramatic yet graceful transformation you've been searching for. It's not just a haircut, it's a statement that age is just a number and that you're still brimming with life, beauty, and style. Now let's transition to the third haircut that can effortlessly take years off your look, the long layered shag. This cut is perfectly suited for women who want to maintain some length but also crave movement, bounce, and a more youthful overall vibe. What makes the shag so universally flattering is its unique layering technique. It strategically removes bulk, where hair tends to look heavy, and adds volume, where hair tends to fall flat. The result is hair that looks light, full of life, and effortlessly stylish. Here's why it works so beautifully after 60. As we age, hair often becomes thinner and loses its natural body. A one-length haircut will simply hang there, making it appear even thinner. But with a long layered shag, those feathered layers create the illusion of thickness, even if your hair has lost some of its density. Each layer provides lift, so instead of dragging the face downward, it subtly pulls everything upward, instantly creating a more youthful and vibrant appearance. Another secret to this cut's success is its incredible versatility. You can style it straight for a sleek, modern look, or add soft waves for that relaxed, playful feel. In fact, a bit of natural curl or wave works wonderfully with this cut because the layers enhance definition and shape. That's precisely why it's often referred to as a wash-and-go hairstyle. It looks polished even with minimal effort. Now, let's talk about the ideal length. The shag works best when it's cut somewhere between the shoulders and just past them. Too long and it starts to lose its lift. Too short and you miss that carefree, youthful movement. The sweet spot around the collarbone or a few inches below balances sophistication with a touch of fun. Bangs also play a key role here. Many stylists recommend pairing the shag with curtain bangs or wispy side-swept bangs. Why? Because bangs instantly soften forehead lines, frame the eyes, and create overall balance for the face. And unlike heavy, blunt bangs, wispy ones blend seamlessly into the layers, making the whole look lighter and more current. From a psychological perspective, the long layered shag gives off a message of energy and approachability. When people see hair that's soft, flowing, and full of texture, it subconsciously communicates youthfulness, ease, and openness. Compare that to flat, one-length hair, which can sometimes give the impression of being weighed down or tired. And here's another added benefit. This cut is incredibly forgiving. Unlike precision bobs or sharp pixies, the shag doesn't require constant trimming to maintain a fresh look. A little bit of grow-out actually enhances its character, making it perfect for women who don't want to visit the salon every 4 weeks. Color can also make this haircut truly shine. Layers paired with highlights or lowlights add dimension, making the hair appear even fuller. Even salt and pepper or natural silver tones look stunning with this cut because the layers catch the light, giving your hair depth and vibrancy. The long layered shag is ideal for women who want to keep some length but don't want that dragging down effect. It's youthful without being childish, stylish without being high maintenance, and, most importantly, it moves with you. It has personality, it has energy, and when you wear it, people don't just notice your hair, they notice your sparkle. Now that we've covered the flattering cuts, let's shift gears and discuss some hairstyles that may not serve you as well after 60. The first one I want to mention is the overly short, harsh crop. Now don't misunderstand me. Short hair can be absolutely stunning. In fact, we just discussed the pixie with volume as one of the most youthful and confident cuts out there. But the problem arises when the hair is cut too short, too blunt, and too severe. Why is this a concern? Because a harsh crop leaves no room for softness. It exposes every line, every contour, and it eliminates the natural frame that hair provides for the face. Instead of lifting your features, it can actually accentuate signs of aging, such as fine lines around the eyes, deeper lines near the mouth, or sagging around the jawline. Another issue is that a very close cropped haircut can sometimes feel too severe or masculine if it isn't balanced with texture. It can give the impression of strictness rather than softness, and as a result, it can unintentionally make you look older or harsher than you actually are. Now here's something extremely important to remember. Women often opt for this cut because it feels practical. It's low maintenance, easy to wash, and requires minimal styling effort. And that's completely understandable. But the truth is, practicality doesn't have to come at the expense of style. There are many low-maintenance cuts that still create movement, softness, and youthfulness. So what's the alternative? If you love short hair, opt for a soft pixie with layers and volume instead of an extremely close crop. Layers add texture, which softens the face, and keeping just a little length around the crown or sides allows for styling flexibility. Even a side-swept fringe can make all the difference in balancing the look and preventing it from feeling too severe. Psychologically, this is also important. An overly harsh crop can give the impression that you've stopped caring about style when, in reality, you may simply be craving convenience. By choosing a softer alternative, you still get that easy wash-and-go routine, but you also project vibrancy, personality, and confidence. So, if you've been tempted by the ultra-short, harsh crop, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is it highlighting your best features? Or is it unintentionally drawing attention to the areas you'd rather soften? The good news is that with just a little more length and texture, you can keep the convenience of short hair while achieving a much more youthful and flattering result. The second haircut that can unintentionally age women over 60 is long, heavy, one-length hair. Now let me be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to keep your hair long. Many women love their length, and it can look gorgeous at any age. But the problem isn't the length itself. It's when the hair is all one length with no layers, no shape, and no movement. Why is this a problem? First, heavy straight-across cuts tend to drag the face downward. Instead of creating lift and softness, they exaggerate gravity. If you already feel like your features have softened or your jawline isn't as defined as it once was, a heavy one-length style will only make that more noticeable. Second, long, one-length hair can highlight thinning ends. As we age, our hair naturally becomes finer and more fragile. When it's kept in a solid, heavy block, those delicate ends can look stringy or lifeless. Instead of framing your face with vitality, the style can give the impression of tiredness or neglect. And third, it can look dated. Fashion and beauty are always evolving, and while classic styles are timeless, long, one-length hair often reads as stuck in the past. It can signal that you haven't updated your look in decades, even if that's not the case. Now I understand the attachment. For many women, long hair feels feminine, familiar, even comforting, and letting go of that can feel scary. But here's the encouraging part. You don't need to chop it all off to look fresh and youthful. So, what's the alternative? If you love length, keep it, but add layers and shape. A long layered cut, or even a modern shag with soft, feathered edges instantly transforms the look. Layers remove the heaviness and create movement. They draw the eye upward instead of pulling it down. And with the right cut, even fine hair can appear thicker and more dynamic. Adding subtle highlights or lowlights also brings dimension, making long hair look full and healthy rather than flat and lifeless. And if you're open to bangs, soft curtain bangs or wispy side bangs can balance the length and frame your features beautifully. Psychologically, this change is powerful too. Long, heavy, one-length hair often gives off a message of holding on. But when you add shape, texture, and dimension, the message shifts to renewal. You're not abandoning your femininity, you're updating it, embracing it, and showing that you're still modern, confident, and evolving. So if you've been clinging to that one style for years, perhaps it's time to ask yourself, is it still serving you, or is it holding you back from looking and feeling as vibrant as you truly are? Sometimes, just a few well-placed layers can make you look and feel 10 years younger without sacrificing the length you love. The third haircut I want to caution against is what many stylists call helmet hair, or a rigid bob. You've probably seen this style before. It's perfectly set, heavily sprayed, and often doesn't move an inch, even in a strong wind. It typically has a very stiff, rounded shape that hugs the head like a helmet. Now, while it may feel neat, tidy, and polished, the truth is that this style can unintentionally age you by decades. Why? First, it lacks movement. Hair that's stiff and rigid signals a sense of being stuck. It can make you appear less approachable, less vibrant, and frankly, older than you actually are. Movement and texture in hair communicate energy, lightness, and youthfulness, qualities we naturally want to emphasize as we age. Second, this overly structured bob often feels outdated. It was extremely popular in past decades, but beauty evolves, and what once looked chic now risks looking old-fashioned. When you wear a haircut that's associated with another era, it can make you appear older than your actual age, even if your outfit and makeup are modern. Third, helmet hair tends to harden the face. Because it frames the head so tightly, it emphasizes angular lines and creates a boxy silhouette. Instead of softening fine lines and providing lift, it can actually highlight them. Now, I want to pause here and acknowledge why many women choose this style: convenience and control. It feels reliable, predictable, and easy to manage. Once it's set, you don't have to think about it. But the trade-off is that it sacrifices softness, fluidity, and modernity, all of which are essential if you want to project youthfulness. So what's the alternative? Instead of a rigid bob, opt for a modern layered bob with texture and movement. Ask your stylist to create layers that add softness around the face and avoid cuts that sit in a perfect stiff curve. Even something as simple as a side part or tousled styling can instantly make the look more contemporary. Adding subtle highlights can also break up the helmet effect, giving depth and dimension instead of a flat, solid block of color. And most importantly, embrace a little imperfection. Hair that moves, that sways when you turn your head, that looks soft to the touch. That's what signals vitality and confidence. From a psychological perspective, this matters more than we realize. Hair that is too rigid communicates rigidity in personality, closed, formal, and unchanging. But hair that flows and moves communicates openness, warmth, and energy, and those qualities are timelessly youthful. So if you've been holding on to a helmet bob for years, perhaps it's time to let it go. With just a few tweaks, adding layers, loosening the shape, softening the texture, you can keep the polish you love while gaining a style that feels modern, light, and refreshingly youthful. Now that we've explored the 3 haircuts that can take years off and the 3 that might be adding years, it's time to answer the question every woman over 60 eventually asks: how do I choose the right cut for me? The truth is, there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. The best haircut for you depends on 3 main factors: your face shape, your hair texture, and your lifestyle. Let's start with face shape. If you have a round face, layers that add height at the crown can elongate your look. If you have a square or angular jawline, soft layers around the edges or side-swept bangs can bring balance. And if your face is longer or narrower, a cut that adds width and movement around the sides will provide harmony. The key is to think of your haircut as a frame for your portrait. The right frame enhances the artwork, not competes with it. Next is hair texture. If your hair is fine or thinning, shorter cuts with layers can create fullness and volume. If your hair is thick, you'll want to remove weight with smart layering so it doesn't overwhelm your face. And if you're blessed, embrace your natural waves or curls. The right stylist, a true artist, can transform those beautiful coils into cascading layers that dance with life, banishing frizz and flatness to the realm of forgotten hair woes. But beyond texture, consider the often overlooked element of lifestyle. Ask yourself honestly, how much precious time are you willing to dedicate to your hair each day? Are you a styling enthusiast, eager to experiment with curling irons and texturizing sprays? Then a layered shag, a chameleon of a haircut, might be your perfect playground. Curl it, tussle it, smooth it straight. The possibilities are endless. Or perhaps you crave simplicity, a streamlined routine that gets you out the door in minutes. A layered bob or a pixie cut with built-in volume could be your salvation, offering a polished look with minimal effort. Remember, the ultimate haircut isn't just about fleeting aesthetics, it's about seamlessly integrating into the rhythm of your daily life, becoming an effortless extension of your personal style. And please, I implore you, bring pictures to your stylist. Don't underestimate the power of visual communication. Words can be slippery, but a photograph speaks volumes, translating your vision into a tangible reference point. It bridges the gap between your desires and your stylist's interpretation, ensuring you leave the salon with a cut that truly resonates with your inner self. This is your hair, your canvas of self-expression, your confidence manifested in every strand. Don't be shy, embrace the power of visuals to guide your transformation. Another pearl of wisdom: never underestimate the transformative power of regular trims. Even the most exquisitely crafted haircut can lose its shape and vitality after a few months. Keeping those ends fresh, those layers defined, is the secret to maintaining a youthful, polished look. The difference between a style that whispers of wariness and one that radiates vibrancy. And finally, let's reframe our perspective on haircuts and aging. It's not about concealing the passage of time, it's about celebrating it with style, embracing the wisdom and beauty that come with each passing year. The right cut should illuminate your features, boost your confidence, and make you feel utterly comfortable in your own skin. Because when you love your hair, it radiates outward, influencing every aspect of your being. That radiant smile, that upright posture, the very way you carry yourself, these are all reflections of inner confidence and vitality. So the next time you're settled into that salon chair, let's shift the focus. Instead of dwelling on what you feel needs concealing, let's explore what features you're eager to accentuate, to celebrate. This simple, yet powerful change in perspective can unlock a transformation that extends far beyond just your hair. It can profoundly reshape how you perceive and feel about yourself from the inside out. Now let's delve even deeper and consider the fascinating psychology behind a truly youthful haircut. When we revitalize our hairstyle, we're not merely altering our reflection in the mirror. We're igniting a positive shift in our internal landscape, influencing our emotions and self-perception. A haircut meticulously designed to complement your unique features and introduce a touch of softness doesn't just create a more youthful appearance, it subtly alters your demeanor. You'll find yourself smiling more freely, standing a little taller, projecting an aura of confidence and vibrant energy, often without even conscious effort. Psychological research consistently demonstrates that when we feel genuinely good about our appearance, we become more inclined to engage in social interactions, embrace novel experiences, and even experience a notable uplift in our overall mood. In essence, the perfect haircut transcends mere aesthetics. It serves as a potent catalyst for self-expression, unbridled joy, and a remarkable renewal of personal energy. And here's the most empowering revelation of all. This isn't about desperately chasing an illusion of lost youth or attempting to erase the passage of time. It's about embracing and radiantly reflecting the incredible woman you are today. Vibrant, wise, experienced, and still brimming with life's boundless possibilities. A truly youthful haircut doesn't attempt to mask your age. It proudly celebrates it, showcasing your unique beauty and the richness of your journey. So, we've explored in detail the 3 transformative haircuts that possess the power to visually take years off your appearance. The 3 styles best avoided, and the essential principles of choosing a hairstyle that authentically resonates with your individual personality and complements your distinct features. But amidst all the specifics, Let's hold on to this central, unwavering truth. Your haircut isn't about relentlessly pursuing an unattainable ideal of perpetual youth. It's about unlocking and expressing the very best version of yourself, the woman you are right now. The right style can expertly highlight your most captivating features, subtly soften any areas of concern, and, most importantly, instill within you the unshakable confidence to shine brilliantly at any age and in every stage of life. If there's one key takeaway from this discussion, let it be this: aging isn't about gracefully fading into the background or diminishing your presence. It's about fearlessly evolving with grace, impeccable style, and a healthy dose of boldness, embracing each passing year as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. And sometimes all it takes is the perfect haircut to ignite that inner spark, reminding you of the radiant, powerful woman you've always been and are destined to remain. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for dedicating this valuable time to me today. If this video has resonated with you and sparked a sense of inspiration, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel for more empowering content. Share this video with a friend who might benefit from a boost of confidence. And most importantly, let me know in the comments section below. Which haircut are you feeling inspired to try next? I'm eager to hear about your personal transformations.
Hello there. If you enjoy gentle conversations, thoughtful reflections, and inspiring ideas about beauty, elegance, and growing into yourself after 50, then our community posts are just for you. This is where we share quiet thoughts, helpful tips, and simple reminders that you are not alone on this journey. Feel free to join the discussion, leave a comment, or simply read along and take what speaks to your heart. We're always happy to have you here.